Occurred, the 9th of February 2001 o'clock. Location, Indiana. In shape, duration, 1 to 2 hours. Characteristics, there were lights on the object, there was an aura or haze around the object, followed by 3 craft on return trip to Columbus from Chicago. I and a friend, named Deleted, were returning from a trip to Chicago where we went for guidance at the SGI USA Chicago Culture Center, a Buddhist organization which we are both members of. I was the primary driver as Debbie has MS and can't drive all that well. We had stopped at a truck stop inside the Indiana line to allow me to get a few hours sleep. At one point, Deleted started the car and drove to the next stop as I slept. When I awoke it was almost midnight and I took over the driving from then on. I am conscious of being an abductee and am part of Deleted study group. I have only been able to have memories of the very beginning and or the very end of episodes. I have felt someone standing on my bed or seen bodies next to me as I lie in bed, but I haven't been able to remember anything in between. As this trip was coming up, I essentially invited anyone who wanted to come and play, as I put it. As I drove on toward Indianapolis after a while, Deleted asked if stars moved. I said, well, they shimmer due to the atmosphere, is that what you mean? She said, no, I'm seeing one. Oh no, there are 2. No wait, there are 3 lights moving with us as we are driving. I couldn't see anything as I was paying attention to the road. At one point during this period I openly called to the craft and Deleted screamed, oh my god. When I asked her what happened, she said that as I was talking to the craft, what she at first thought was a very bright light in the fields next to the highway flew almost instantly toward the car and was next to the passenger side window for about 5 seconds as we were going 65 miles per hour. When that was happening, I had the feeling like something was happening in my mind. I can only describe it as a fuzzy vibration that was superimposed and lasted till the ball of light sped away. After she saw the light speed off, she reported that the craft were having a light show of blinking on and off as if the ships were communicating with each other. I was by this time anxious to see this all for my SE. LF and AT. The next turnoff went to one of the cornfields to stop and get out of the car. I saw 2 of the 3 craft going away toward Illinois and 1 coming toward us. Name Deleted freaked out at this point. She said it was because this was clan country and a white guy and black woman were in danger here. So I got back on the highway and was told the craft was still following us. In my mind I was saying, if you want to have me talk to you, you're going to have to get, name Deleted, to sleep. She won't let me stop. After a while she did fall asleep. I waited till I was sure that she wouldn't wake up and took the first exit I could find. When I stopped the car in the cornfield this time, I got out of the car and saw a low-hanging cloud in front of me with the craft hidden just at the bottom edge of the clouds. There were 2 sets of lights on the craft, a set of blue lights on the top and a set of red on the bottom. There were 4 or 5 lights visible above and below, and they were going in sequence in opposite directions. I never saw the body of the craft itself, only the running lights. I said that I was going inside the car now, and if you want to come and get me you can. I have no memory of what happened, but I was informed by friends of mine that they came to do a memory retrieval from me. The entire evening there were no clouds in the sky except when I stopped to let them visit me.
Occurred, July 20th, 2003, 1:14. Location, Columbus, Indiana. Shape, circle. Duration. Characteristics, there were lights on the object left a trail, there was an aura or haze around the object changed color, the object made a sound, fast bright light. I saw a bright light and then this object in the sky as I was walking my dog. I was next to my car that had my camera, which took no time at all to make the shots. I am no a true believer. This all happened under about 3 minutes. The first part was the best, but I missed it.
Occurred, October 18, 2003, 2100. Location, Columbus, Indiana. Shape, light duration, 4 to 5 minutes. Characteristics, there were lights on the object. There were aircraft in the vicinity or aircraft chasing the object. Steady, non-flashing, rotating red light moves off to west. I am a 52-year-old college graduate and part-time UFO researcher. Last night while driving home from work, I noticed a red, about the color of a stoplight, only a little darker, spherical, steady light about 40 degrees above the horizon to my left. At first I thought it was a tower light, but then realized it was too high. It appeared to be stationary, but I wasn't certain because I was moving at about 50 miles per hour. Anyway, as I kept glancing at it, I noticed that an elongated, vertical, dark spot kept moving from right to left across the object, light which seemed to indicate that it was rotating. I looked for a road to turn off on, but it took a few minutes, and by the time I saw the light again, it had moved westward and was closer to the western horizon. Soon thereafter, it moved out of sight. Notes: I am an experienced observer of the night sky and of various types of aircraft and their light displays. This object, whatever it was, had a shade of red that I have never seen on an aircraft. Plus it appeared to be rotating, and I saw no white or green flashing anti-collision lights. The sky was clear and the object was about 3 times as large as Mars appears to be. Mars, by the way, was in a different part of the sky. I was driving on SR number 7 in Indiana at the time, and the object was just east of Columbus, Indiana, in the northern sky. This was definitely not a twinkling star or a flare. I've seen both of those many times.
Occurred, April 17, 2006, 1745. Location: Columbus, Indiana. Shape, formation, duration: few minutes. Characteristics: there were lights on the object. The object changed color. 5 to 6 rapidly blinking lights seen traveling in a straight line. In the distance, traveling across the northern sky, a series of 5-6 lights were blinking in a rapid pattern. These lights were very small, and there were no other shapes visible. They were traveling in a straight line, and the lights were flashing 5 to 6 times in a second. Then they would have 2 seconds off or so, and then blink again. The 5 lights were not timed together. They somewhat changed colors, mostly white, but every 3rd or 4th blink it would be red or blue. They traveled out of sight in any direction. There were no sounds, and it is a very clear night. I would think they were quite a distance away. I would guess that they were helicopters, but I have never seen lights behave that way before. The blinks of light were different time lengths. Not all 5 blinks were on the same amount of time.
Occurred, December 13, 2006, 1935. Location: Columbus, Indiana. Shape, diamond. Duration: 10 seconds. Characteristics: there were lights on the object. The object left a trail. There were aircraft in the vicinity or aircraft chasing the object. Witnessed diamond object with light formations hover then move as it faded or disappeared. I drive tractor TRLROTR. On WED, December 13, 2006 at exactly 1935 Eastern, I was driving south on I-65 at mile marker 71 near Columbus, Indiana. To the west-southwest at approximate 30-degree angle from ground and at what I estimate to be 5 to 7 miles out, I witnessed an object in the night sky. The sky was dark with a slight backlit auburn haze and distant low cloud blanket, and even further out clear sky. The object was diamond-shaped with 8 light formations on what I believe to be the belly of craft. The craft was a vague silhouette to my eyes. The light formations on the craft were a yellowish-white color and 8 in number. Each of the 8 light formations were composed of 2 rectangular segments of equal size forming a 45-degree angle pointing towards apparent front of craft. Example: greater than. The 8 formations of lights were arranged in perfect geometry to the shape of the craft. Example: caret 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 caret. The individual light formations seemed to intensify while object was stationary, and as light intensified, the object began to move upwards at a 45-degree angle to the left of its position. The object suddenly faded from sight as it accelerated. The object appeared to be the size of, or larger than, a Lockheed C-5A transport plane. In my estimation, the lights did not appear to be flaming or fuel-burning outlets or exhaust ports. However, my gut feeling was that they had some sort of propulsion function. The object never reappeared to my view. Now, the other part of this event was, at the moment I assumed the object had disappeared. I witnessed directly south and approximately 30 to 35,000 feet up at a distance from me of est. 5 to 8 miles out, 2 fighter planes rapidly pursuing a path towards the trajectory of the craft's distant path. My reasoning that the 2 aircraft in pursuit were fighter jets was 1. Their speed and altitude 2. The marker beacons on each aircraft, 1 strobing white and blue marker light on each jet. Looking at a road atlas later on, I noted an airport exactly west of my position at 20 miles, Bloomington, Indiana. I also know of Louisville, Kais Airport, ANG base to south. I have lived near Air Force bases and am certain that no aircraft built in US have been made public knowledge of this nature. I can accept that this craft could be man-made or of extraterrestrial nature. I also theorize that it could be visible by some while not visible to other humans. PSI had an identical sighting to the detail in the Mojave Desert approximately 2 years ago. Did not report it then.